Okay, good afternoon everyone. Can we start the class? Who is absent today? Only 26 have joined. Why? Anyone have idea? Huh?
I think they will join later, ma'am.
They will join later after the class. Okay, just leave a message in the group, okay? That in your student group that class has started. So let them join in between. We'll start with the class. So today we'll discuss MTP Act. I think the notes already I have given in the Google Classroom. Maybe you all have the notes. So
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so we'll just discuss what is MTP Act, then why the government they implemented the act. So what are the rules and regulation under the MTP Act? So maybe this MTP Act you have already studied in your post basic basic nursing first year, in your maternal nursing. Yes, am I right? Have you studied this act before?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ajin, can you tell me what is the basic idea you have regarding this act? This is all about what?
It's regarding the termination of pregnancy, ma'am. Like those.
Mm. Okay, so it is all about medical termination of
And it,
pregnancy. Okay, so medical termination of pregnancy is not a very simple thing, right? Because uh, if you just think in a other way, it is same like a murder. Yes or no? Like if you think in a religious way, so if you think in other way, and if you are not taking the proper measures while doing the MTP, so many complication may arise, and it may be complicated for the mother. Okay, but in some cases we have to do the MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. It is required, very much required. So to like to reduce the complication, or to have some rules and regulation regarding who can do abortion and who cannot do, and who can perform the abortion and when you can do the abortion. So government they have given some rules and regulation to reduce those complications. Okay, that's why this MTP Act they implemented in India. Okay, so I think everyone have the basic idea regarding this MTP Act. So let me share my screen. So every one of you have idea this MTP Act, it was first came into existence in 1971, August 10. So August 10 in 1971, the government of India they implemented this act. So this act, why they implemented this act? To provide the termination of certain pregnancy by legislated medical practitioner. So they have said that only the medical practitioner they can do the abortion, not the DICE, not the untrained professionals. Okay, so nobody can do, only they have given right only few medical practitioner who can do the abortion to reduce the complication, maybe related to the mother or maybe related to the families. Okay, so it came into existence in 1971, 10 August, and the act was enforced nationwide from April 1st, 1972. So in 1971 they have decided that there should be an act which can regulate the medical termination of pregnancy. So they thought about the concept and they came up with the act. Then in 1972, from the 1st April, they have enforced this act in nationwide. But then also two like Kashmir and Mizoram, they did not adopted this act in 1972, maybe due to some issues in their state. So in 1980 they have adopted this act by Kashmir and by Mizoram. So it was came into existence in 1971, 10 August. Then 1972 they enforced this act nationwide. from 1st April. Then in Mizoram and Kashmir, it was adopted by Mizoram and Kashmir in 1980. This is the history of your MTP Act. Then let's discuss the aims of this MTP Act. So the basic aims, all of us we know what is the main aims of MTP Act. Everyone knows, we have idea. So this act aims to improve the maternal health scenario by preventing the large number of unsafe abortion and consequent high incidence of maternal mortality and morbidity. So that's what the unsafe abortion, this was the very complicated problem. This was a huge problem in the earlier days, because that time these family planning methods were not that much available. People were not aware about the methods of family planning. Okay, so we have already discussed that method of like recreational facilities were not there. Okay, so only like people like this awareness about family planning, awareness about population, that things were not there earlier. So this unsafe abortion, the incidence of unsafe abortion was very high in India. Okay, so who used to do the abortion? Maybe the dies, who used to have dies, who used to conduct the home deliveries. Okay, they were not professionally trained, and maybe few doctors who don't have proper knowledge regarding the proper methods of abortion. So due to those incidents of high incidence of unsafe abortion, the maternal mortality and maternal morbidity was very high in India. So to improve the to reduce the MMR and reduce the IMR and reduce the maternal morbidity, they bring out the MTP Act. Then legalization of the abortion services. Before it was considered as not legal. So now under MTP Act, under certain consideration, certain condition, you can call it as a legal. Then promote access to safe abortion services to women. I think you have understood. Decriminalization of the abortion seeker. So before is to consider this abortion as a criminal activities. Okay, so now also if you are if somebody is doing the abortion which is not fall under the MTP Act, it will be considered as a criminal activities. Okay, then people may have to pay fine, or maybe they have to go to the jail also. But if the abortion is fall under the MTP Act, then it is not as a criminal activities. Then other protection offer protection to the medical professional who otherwise would be penalized under the Indian Penal Code. So now under the MTP Act, the MTP Act, they have given proper definition who can do the abortion. Okay, so they have categorized few medical professional that they can do the abortion. So now they are not under any, like they don't have to be scared. Okay, those who are getting proper, those who are fall under proper categories who can do abortion, they don't have to like they can do the abortion without any fear. So it will provide protection to the medical professional who are doing the abortion. Okay, safe abortion. So these were the aims of your MTP Act. Then the legal framework. So in the legal framework, it lays down when and where pregnancy can be terminated. So legal framework means what are the things are there under the MTP Act. So MTP Act, it says that where and when and where pregnancy, termination of pregnancy can be done. Where and when. Then grant the central government power to make rules and the state government power to frame the regulations. So it grant the central government to enforce or to make the rules, and to maintain those rules, the state government, they can make their own regulations. So rules will be done by the central government and regulation will be made by the state government. Then lays down when can be termination, when who can terminate the pregnancy and training required, approval process for place, etc. So it also says that who can do the medical termination of pregnancy and what training will be required to do the MTP, and what is the approval process, like when you will be certified as a qualified, or will be certified as a like certified as a who can do the medical termination of pregnancy. So everything is written very clearly under MTP Act. When can be done, where can be done, and who can do the MTP, medical termination of pregnancy. Everything is written clearly under the MTP Act. So now the legal abortion. So which are the abortion you will be called as a legal abortion. So abortion are termed legal only when all the following conditions are met. So termination done for condition within the gestational period prescribed by the Act. So the Act, they have prescribed a gestational period. So if the termination of pregnancies are done under that particular gestational period, then only it will be considered as the legal abortion. Termination done by the medical practitioner approved by the Act. So for the medical we'll discuss later on whatever condition they have given. So if the termination are done by the medical practitioner approved by the Act, then only it will be considered as the legal abortion. Then termination are done at the place approved by the Act. So if the termination are done at the particular place approved by the Act, then only it can be considered as the legal abortion. So now let's discuss the 5 conditions are given under the MTP Act when abortion can be done. So the 5 conditions are, so this condition whatever we are discussing now, it is under the 1971 Act. Okay, again in maybe I forgot, maybe in 1980, wait let me, yeah, 1975 it was revised, again in 2020 it was revised. So there were few changes. So whatever we are discussing now, it was there in the 1971 Act. So the 5 conditions under 1971 MTP Act were therapeutic. If the when the condition of the pregnancy is dangerous, or it is threat to the woman life, then you can do the abortion. Then the woman can go for the abortion. Therapeutic means if the pregnancy it is causing any danger to the woman health. Okay, maybe the woman is very weak, she cannot carry out the whole pregnancy process, maybe it is a risk for her life, then termination of pregnancy can be done. So it will be considered as a legal abortion. But obviously the woman have to provide a legal proof that this pregnancy can harm to the mother. The family have to provide the legal proof. Then eugenics, when there is a risk of child being born with serious physical or mental abnormalities. So if maybe through prenatal examination the family they came to know, or the medical practitioners they came to know that the child may be born with physical or mental abnormalities, in that case if the families agrees, then they can go for abortion. Then humanitarian, when pregnancies are being caused by rape. So if the pregnancies are being caused by rape, then they can do the abortion. Then failure of contraception, when pregnancy has resulted due to the failure of contraceptive methods in case of married women, then they can go for abortion. But the gestational period they have to maintain whatever is given by the Act. So they have given a particular gestational period. Under the gestational period, if it is a result of the failure of contraceptive methods, then they can go for the abortion. Okay, then socio-economic, when the socio or economic environment actual or reasonable expected can injure the mother health, then they can go for abortion. Socio-economic means maybe the family is not economically strong, and maybe they are already having 4-5 children, and maybe they cannot afford to have one more child. Okay, then that time they can go for abortion. But obviously here also they have to provide the legal documents. So these are the main 5 factors, or main 5 points or condition you can say, given by MTP Act in 1971, under which pregnancy can be terminated. Obviously a written consent from the family and from the mother they have to provide if it is maybe under 18 years or maybe above 18 years, but written consent have to be provided by the mother and the family. Not only the family, the mother also have to provide the written consent, and also the family have to provide the written consent for abortion. Then only MTP can be done. Okay, so these are the 5 main conditions given by the MTP Act 1971. Are you clear? Any confusion till here? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next, let's discuss the person or who can perform the abortion. Okay, so according to the MTP Act 1971, what a person they can do abortion. So this act provides safeguard to the mother by authorizing only a registered medical practitioner having experience in gynecology and obstetrics to perform the abortion where the length of the pregnancy does not exceed 12 weeks. So who can do abortion? Only one medical practitioner. Okay, registered medical practitioner can do the abortion if the pregnancy does not exceed 12 weeks. Means one registered medical practitioner can do the abortion if the gestational period is not more than 12 weeks. Okay, if it is less than 12 weeks, then one medical practitioner can do the abortion. He can do the abortion. Only one will be enough. Then, however, where the pregnancy exceeds 12 weeks and it is not more than 20 weeks, the option of 2 registered medical practitioner is necessary to terminate the pregnancy. So, if the pregnancy it's more than 12 weeks but not more than 20 weeks. If it is more than 12 weeks but it is not more than 20 weeks, it will be between 12 to 20 weeks, then we will be needing to register medical practitioner. Two have to be present in the abortion. They have to be together and they have to togetherly perform the abortion. One cannot do at that particular point. Okay, if it is less than 12 weeks, then one registered medical practitioner is enough. But if it is more than 12 weeks and less than 20 weeks, then we will be needing 2 registered medical practitioner to terminate the pregnancy. Okay, this is according to MTP Act 1971. So now there were some okay, one more thing is there. When abortion can be done, where abortion can be done, where they can perform the abortion according to MTP Act 1971. So they say that no termination of pregnancy shall be made any place other than a hospital established or maintained by the central government or a place approved for the purpose of this act by government. So in according to 1971 MTP Act, they say this can be done only in the government hospital or any other hospital approved by the government for this particular purpose. Okay, only there it can be done. MTP can be done. Maybe it should be only government hospital or maybe any other government hospital which is authorized or which is approved by the government. There only it can be done. So it should be done in very confidential manner. So whoever is doing, wherever is doing, so it's the confidentiality of the client have to maintain. The name of the abortion seeker is kept confidential because we consider it is a very personal matter. So under 1971 MTP Act, where it can be done only in the government hospital or maybe any hospital approved by the government for the MTP. Okay, in this particular 2 places only MTP can be done, and it should be done under very confidential. The name of the abortion seeker we should not reveal. We have to maintain the confidentiality of the client. So these were rules and regulations given by MTP 1971. Okay, now there were few changes in the MTP Act in 1975. So what were the changes? So whatever rules and regulations were framed initially were altered in October 1975. Altered means there were few modifications. To eliminate the time-consuming procedure involved in MTP and to make services more readily available. So before it was very time consuming. Whatever rules and regulation they were given in 1971, they felt that it was very time consuming, so they wanted it to modify. So they modified it in 1975. Why they modified? To eliminate the time consuming procedure involved in MTP and to make the services more readily available, so that everybody they can take the advantage of the services. Okay, so that's why they have modified this act in 1975. So what were the modification approved by board? So under these new rules, the chief medical officer, CMO, the chief medical officer of the district is empowered to certify that a doctor has the necessary training in gynecology and obstetrics to do the abortion. The procedure of doctors applying to the certification board was removed. So what were the changes were made? Now in 1975, what they say? They say the chief medical officer of the district, he got the power to certify the registered doctor that he or she has the necessary training in gynecology and obstetrics to do the abortion. Okay, before what they need to do, they have to apply to the medical council board for the registration to qualified as a to do the MTP. But in 1975 it was removed and the power was given to chief medical officer of the particular district. Then now he can certify the doctors who can do the abortion. Okay, so the process, it was not that much time consuming, so it was made easy for the doctors. They can just contact, or they can just do the communication with CMO, and he was given power to choose the doctors or to certify the doctors to do the MTP. Then qualification required to do the abortion. So what are the qualification required according to new MTP Act in 1975? So new rules allow for registered medical practitioner to qualify to it on the spot training. So if he has assisted registered medical practitioner in the performance of 25 cases of medical termination of pregnancy in the approved institution. So if any registered medical practitioner, he assisted any other registered medical professional in the 25 cases of medical termination of pregnancy. For example, one doctor is already there who got the certificate. Any question? Okay, so under 1975 what are the modification? For example, one in your hospital, one registered medical practitioner already there who is already certified to perform the MTP. Now one more doctor, he want to get the certification. So how he can get the certification? Just he need to assist in the 25 cases of medical termination of pregnancy done by the particular doctor. He need to assist. If he can assist in the 25 cases, and the particular registered medical practitioner, if he can give the proof that particular doctor has assisted in 25 medical termination of pregnancy, then he can go to chief medical officer and he can get the certificate to perform the medical termination of pregnancy. Understood what is the process now? So if he assisted in the 25 cases to the other registered medical professional, then he is eligible to perform the MTP. Then the doctors may also qualify to the MTP under the new rules if he has one or more of the following qualifications which are similar to the old rules. So also he can be a qualified to perform MTP if he have one or more following qualifications which are similar to the old rules. So what are the old rules? 6-month house membership in obstetric and gynecology. Then a postgraduate qualification is in OBG. 3 years of practice in OBC for those doctors who registered before 1971 MTP Act was registered. Okay, 3 years of practice in OBC for those who registered before 1971 MTP Act was registered. Okay, means they need 3 years of experience in the field of OBC. Then a year of practice in OBC for those doctor who register on or after the date of commencement of the act. So if anyone register before 1971, so they will be needing 3 years of experience. So if anyone is registered after 1971, he will be needing 1 years of practice in OBC. Okay, so that is the difference. If anyone is registered and before 1971, so they will be needing 3 years of practice in OBC. If anyone registered after 1971, he will be needing 1 years of practice in OBC. Okay, so these are the qualification according to 1971. So if anyone is having 1 or 2 qualification from here, he or she also will be able to perform the MTP according to the MTP Act. Also the new and in the 1971, what was the new rules made for qualification of MTP? Then he or she can assist 25 medical termination of pregnancy done by the any registered medical practitioner. So this is the new qualification adopted in the 1975. Okay, so these were the qualification who can perform the MTP. And don't forget, in 1971 they said that for till 12 weeks only one practitioner they can do the abortion, and after 12 weeks to 20 weeks there will be 2 practitioners will be needed to perform the abortion. Then according to 1975, what are the places the abortion can be performed? So under these new rules, non-governmental institution may also take up abortion provided by if they obtain a license from the chief medical officer of the district. Okay, thus eliminating the requirement of private clinics obtaining a board license. So under 1975, what they said, the places before, what they said, only the government institution they can do the abortion, but now in 1975 what they say, the private clinic also they can do the abortion if they have the certificate or if they have the license. From where they can get the license? From the chief medical officer of the district. So any private clinic, if they want to get the authorization to perform MTP, they have to apply to the chief medical officer, and if he approve it, then they can start the MTP services. Okay, before they need to apply to the boards, and before they said that private clinic they cannot do. If they want to do also, they have to apply to the medical board and to the central government. But now they said in 1975 they just need to apply in the chief medical officer, and if they are getting the approval, and they can start the MTP services. Okay, so these were the changes made in 1975. So again, this MTP Act, there were some modification in 2020. So what were the changes in 2020? So this medical termination of pregnancy bill 2020 was introduced in Lok Sabha in March 2, 2020 and passed on March 17, 2020. So everyone knows that if any bill you want to pass or any modification you want to know in any existing bill or existing rules and regulation, you have to present it in the Lok Sabha. So in the Lok Sabha they were presented in March 2, 2020 and it was approved in March 7, 2020 for the new modification. So what they did, this act increases the upper limit for termination from 20 to 24 weeks. Before they have given the limit only till 20 weeks. If the pregnancy is more than 20 weeks, if they are doing the termination, it will be considered as a criminal activity according to the 1971 and 1975 Act. Only the limit was till 20 weeks of gestation. Okay, but here in 2020 they said that medical termination of pregnancy can be done till 24 weeks of gestation for certain categories of women. So they have given few categories of women. Remove this limit in case of substantial fetal abnormalities. If the fetus is abnormal, then the board can decide that this pregnancy can be terminated. So there should be one board which can decide the pregnancy can be terminated. If there any fetal abnormalities is there, the pregnancy termination can be extended to 24 weeks according to 2020 MTP Act. Okay, then here are a few more changes. Okay, first one is the limit. So we have already discussed that the upper limit is, they have increased the upper limit till 24 weeks in case of any fetal abnormalities. We have already discussed. This implies for the case of requiring abortion due to rape that exceed 24 weeks, the only resources remaining. So they also say that if in case of rape, okay, if pregnancy occur in case of rape, then also they can do the abortion till 24 weeks of gestation. Fetal abnormalities and rape, the rape cases, the pregnancy occur due to rape cases, then also you can do the abortion till 24 weeks of gestation. Then next point, what they say, termination is also allowed at any point during the pregnancy if there is an immediate necessity to save the woman's life. So they have added up one more point, at any point of the pregnancy. It does not matter 24 weeks, 28 weeks, maybe 36 weeks. Okay, so it does not matter. They can terminate the pregnancy only if it is a matter to save the woman's life. If the pregnancy is causing harm to the woman's life, then at any point of pregnancy they can do the abortion. It will be considered as legal abortion. But again, they have to provide the documents, the legal documents they have to provide. Okay, so these are the few changes were made in case of the limit, gestational limit for doing abortion. Before it was 20, so they have increases to 24 in case of fetal abnormalities and in case of rape. Then at any point they can terminate the pregnancy if the pregnancy is harming the woman's life. Okay, understood till here? You all are there or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next so there is a comparison. So before in 1971 up to according to 1971 MTP Act and according to 2020 MTP Act, what are the changes? Before they said up to 12 weeks advice of one doctor. Now also up to 12 weeks advice of one doctor MTP can be done. Then 12 to 20 weeks advice of two doctor MTP can be done according to 1971 Act, but according to 2020 now